Chapter 13, Organizational Management. Section 13A, Work Environment. 13.1, Managing the Work Environment. Organizational management is the process of organizing, planning, leading, and controlling resources within an entity with the overall aim of achieving established objectives. Organizational management provides leaders the ability to make decisions and resolve issues effectively for the benefit of the organization and its employees. 13.2, Organizational Design Factors. Leaders need to understand how to select appropriate organizational designs that facilitate mission accomplishment effectively, facilitating mission accomplishment while enhancing productivity. There are several factors to consider when designing organizations and determining which organizational systems or designs are most appropriate. The factors of strategy, environment, size, and technology all influence how organizations should be designed. Strategy. Organizational design must take into consideration the strategy for accomplishing the mission. Professor of Organizational Behavior, Dr. Stephen Robbins, suggested that organizational strategy and structure should be linked in a way that leaders can identify why we are doing what we are doing, mission, how we expect to get there, strategy, and then design our organizations to accomplish that strategy, structure. Insight, although not always pertinent to day-to-day tasks, can be highly valuable when making complex strategic decisions that affect not only our organizations, but the overall mission that organizations contribute to. Environment. Another factor in organizational design is the environment. In terms of what forces affect the organization's processes, Professor Richard Daft, author of Organizational Theory and Design, referred to the organizational environment as the stable-unstable dimension, depending on whether it remains stable over a period of time, months or years, or shifts abruptly. Stability allows for routine and strict controls. Instability in a constantly changing environment requires the organization to be flexible. The Air Force must continually scan the environment for changes that affect organizational design. Size. The third factor to consider in organizational design is the size of an organization, which is closely associated with a leader's span of control. One person can successfully manage or lead only so many people. Once a point is reached where a leader's effectiveness is affected by the size of an organization, new levels of management must be developed, thus, more structure introduced. Technology. The fourth factor to consider in organizational design is technology. Technology consists of the work processes, techniques, machines, resources, and actions used to transform organizational inputs, materials, information, and ideas, into outputs, products, and services. It is not only important to understanding what is used to perform the organization's mission, but also to consider how these aspects are best used to maximize mission accomplishment. 13.3, Organizational Design Structures. Organizational design structures, while taking into consideration the design factors of strategy, environment, size, and technology, will best be applied with the organization's overall mission in mind. Various design structures are briefly addressed here. Mechanistic design. The mechanistic design, sometimes referred to as the bureaucratic structure, is vertically arranged where communication and decision-making begin at the top and then filter downward. With the mechanistic design, there is very little involvement of low-level members in decision-making. Employees work in teams based on task specialty, and there is a heavy reliance on rules. The mechanistic system lends itself well to an organization where strategy or goals are geared toward efficiency, and tasks need to be accomplished quickly and accurately. A stable environment that requires little flexibility is often conducive to a mechanistic design. Also, if the size of an organization is intermediate to large, more structure may be necessary. Unfortunately, organizations using a mechanistic design may find that job satisfaction suffers because subordinates basically do as they are told with little to no contribution to how things are done. Organic design. The organic design has horizontal and vertical communication, allowing communication to occur up and down as well as across departments and among coworkers without bureaucratic lines. Crosstalk and opinions are encouraged among employees to allow more involvement in decision-making and contribution to how things are done. The flexibility involved in day-to-day operations ensures changes in the environment can be reacted to through technological advancements, while requiring employees to be adaptable as changes arise. The organic organization strategy is geared toward innovativeness and creativity. The computer software industry is a good example of one that requires a creative design. The environment is unstable, with change being the norm rather than the exception. Organizations with organic structure are most often small to moderate, apply new technology through adaptation rather than compliance, and employ research and development that is creative rather than restrictive. The sharing of information and the participative environment increase worker satisfaction and often produce well-rounded decisions. Unfortunately, the organic design may slow down the implementation process, lead to low efficiency, and reduce standards. Diverse design. While there are advantages and strengths associated with mechanistic and organic organizations, one organizational design that incorporates the strengths of both the mechanistic and organic organizational structures is the diverse design. The diverse design is used when the organization needs the rigid structure of the mechanistic organization in some areas and the flexibility of the organic organization in others. For example, administrative sections often have specific rules to follow when processing performance reports, decorations, and orders. For this purpose, a mechanistic system would be appropriate. In the same organization, a training section would be hindered by a rigid mechanistic system. Therefore, an organic system would be more effective. Organizations with a diverse design incorporate both mechanistic and organic structures to accomplish the mission. Matrix design. The matrix design is basically an organizational design or team within a mechanistic, organic, or diverse organization. A matrix design is usually best for addressing a temporary need within an organization. Therefore, it is short-lived, and the overall organizational structure remains intact. A matrix design brings workers from different sections or organizations together to serve a particular function. Within the matrix design, employees or team members have two bosses. The functional boss writes their performance report and schedules normal duty hours, and the project boss or team leader ensures the task at hand is accomplished appropriately. The strength of the matrix design lies in the pooling of expertise and resources. The weakness lies in the confusion of who's in charge.